hearties, yo-ho! A toast to piracy and its many shiny rewards. I humbly accept this magnificent treasure as my reward for a life of villainy, larceny, skullduggery, and persnickety. Drink up, me hearties, yo-ho!
Hello and welcome to the Sea of Thieves 2024 Beginner's Guide. This is a very basic point of view guide from what I've encountered from my starting journey as a new player in this game. So please take it with a pinch of salt because there's obviously always something to develop, learn anew when you get a little bit more into the game. If you think I've missed something, please make sure to put it in the comment section below. I love to read all your comments and make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. And hopefully I might put out a couple more guides in the future just when I'm a bit more along the experience line myself. I hope you enjoy. I have so far, and I love the Pirates of the Caribbean Tall Tales. But for now, I don't want to ruin any more of the animations, so I'm going to let the Pirates of the Caribbean Tall Tales bit of videos finish, and then we'll get on with the guide.
But the Kraken itself understands exactly. I suppose I could have been loose and let it slither back into the depths. Had it not scuffed the paint of my precious black pearl.
So, Ted, must become of my ship.
Don't tell me you're here to rescue me. Considering the success of your previous efforts, or lack thereof, pardon me if I decline your assistance forthwith. Besides, I'm not presently in need of rescuing. This is the first place I've found here where everyone appreciates my uniqueness. And no one's tried to lock me up. So, pull up a chair, grab a glass, because I have an eternity of stories to tell. Oi, you have my compass. But I left that back on the moon. Oh, so you found the pearl, eh? Well, don't think that's going to drag me out of here. From what I hear, this so-called Sea of Thieves is nothing but cursed crews, the blasted trading companies, and antisocial skeletons. Oh yes, and now one Davy Jones. After searching already, Savvy, there's nothing there for me. What a ship is.
So as part of this amazing game, we've got the Tall Tales, we've got a PvE server, PvP server, we've got Maiden Voyage and Monkey Island. Now, Maiden Voyage is definitely the good start to the game, where you get to learn the basic abilities. You got a chance to earn 25,000 in gold, and earn the unlockable skins and stuff by finishing all the achievements on said island. It's a really good starting place. Once you've joined a PvP server, what I would do is we would go to the settings, go to the graphic settings, options, max the field of view to obviously not have a disadvantage, have a good field of view. Turn off all the lamps on the ship because this makes you stand out, especially in the dark. So this is a really good idea to turn them all out so you don't stand out. So when people are scanning the horizon, you don't stand out like a sore thumb. Before you leave, you need to check all the barrels on the island, get all the wood, get all the cannonballs, get all the ammo, get all the food that you can. Learn the hotkeys for the food, for the planks, for everything. You need to learn this. This needs to be something you can do instinctively. Next up, we've got three main alliances that you need to learn. So we've got the Merchant Alliance, the Gold Hoarders, and the Order of the Souls. These three here are the main areas where you sell your goods. Obviously, specific goods are specifically sold to each of these orders. But you can also buy special skin items from each of the orders. You can buy voyages, increase your reputation with these orders, so that there you can buy an emissary flag to increase the gold that you're going to get from each, obviously, individual item. Biggest problem, though, is if you get the emissary flag, is that you will then be visible to all the maps on the world where your ship will be very visible. Another good thing to start when you're new is start the Tall Tales, especially the ones for me related to the Pirates of the Caribbean, which you can go down to the woman on the beach and start, and you get to meet your favourite characters like Master Gibbs, Captain Jack Sparrow, see highlights of the movies. It's all fun and games, and you get to do quite a few achievements. You get quite a lot of gold for unlocking achievements and hitting milestones as a pirate. Also, in each individual playthrough of a Tall Tale, there's certain achievements that you can unlock. Again, more unlockable skins, decorations for the ships and all that type of stuff. So again, it's quite worth doing. And like I say, you can earn quite a bit of money from hitting milestones. But it's just, all in all, it's just a lot of fun as well. Next up is an order that once you buy your own ship, you can go to the big purple tent on these islands and outposts, and you can sell your goods directly to them. They will entail sell all your goods to all the individual orders for you on your behalf. It just makes it a little bit easier, a little bit quicker. And again, you can just get voyages and all sorts of unlockables from here as well. Now, a couple of big things to really get in your head is don't be upset with yourself if you keep getting killed. You will see a lot of the ferryman, the ferry of the damned. You will see a lot of him, so don't worry if you end up here quite a lot of times. We all do. Don't worry about it. Don't fret. Just carry on. Now, once you're on the high seas, make sure to stay away from storms as much as you can, as it becomes hard to actually steer your ship. The compass becomes useless. It floods your ship, it breaks the ship, and lightning can kill you and becomes really annoying. Not only do you need to keep your eye out for storms, you also need to keep your eye out for other players' ships, skeleton ships, megalodons, krakens, all that type of stuff. Cannon fire from islands as well, as skeletons, NPCs can usually be firing cannons at you from the island itself, so you need to keep your eye out. Once you are actually at an island or a port, try not to anchor your ship, as sometimes you may need to make a fast getaway away from other players who can come up behind you, try and kill you, try and steal your loot. Therefore, try not to anchor so then you can make a swift getaway. Using a harpoon also sometimes helps to try and maneuver the ship. And remember, that treasure that you found is not yours until you sell it. So therefore, don't get too upset. Try not to get too wound up if you lose it, because at the end of the day, it's not yours until you sold it. But once you've actually made it to an island, you might find these islands inhabited by NPC beasties, sea beasties, skeletons, skeleton captains, all sorts of items. They all drop items every now and then, especially skeleton captains, which are really useful because they drop a skull, gold, and a map where X marks the spot on the island for a treasure. And again, on the island, make sure to keep your eye out on the horizon for any ships coming by, because again, they may try and find you distracted and may come and sink your ship, kill you, and take your loot. What I would recommend early doors as a beginner is not to go and do the orders voyages. They don't pay out much. The best thing to do sometimes is literally just go island hopping, especially to the little islands where there are skeleton captains, and do the maps and find treasure, because usually you can find some rare treasures. For example, the Chest of Sorrow, Chest of Rage, the Chest of 1,000 Grogs, and these are some of the high-paying chests in the game. Some of them have a higher reaction to environment. So, for example, Chest of Rage will explode. It needs to be cooled down in the water before going on your ship. But also, you need to then flood your ship, put it in the bow of your ship, and flood the ship so then it keeps it cool. The Chest of Sorrow will try, and every now and then it will cry and it will flood your ship. So again, you will have to empty the ship of the tears, as it could actually sink your ship again. But a lot of the others say the chests are actually safe just to transport as they are. I would also recommend trying to do island resetting. So like you just seen, I jumped in my cannon, fired the cannon, and I've swam past the first mermaid to the second mermaid, because this can help to reset the island, reset the potential captains of skeletons. So again, I can try and get high value loot, or NPCs where they drop decent loot again. So you can do that multiple times if the server is quite quiet in your area. Another top tip is when you are collecting treasure, put it on the island in a good spot to then use the harpoon to quickly get the treasures on board, instead of trying to go back and forth to put it on the ship. Eventually, when you have enough gold, it took me about 30 hours, but I was also playing Tall Tales. Eventually, when you got enough gold, for example, it's 250,000 to buy a sloop. Eventually, when you get to do that, you can buy your own ship, name your own ship, and then you can start working towards pirate ship milestones, which again can also reward you with money, loot, and obviously experience towards the season pass at that point. By doing this, you also get the option to repair the ship, rename the ship, and dismantle the ship on the main menu. All little extra features which I think is quite nice, and you get to decorate your ship. So just to recap over some of the things I think is the best things for a beginner to know is, like I say, don't waste time trying to do voyages early game for the orders. I know they don't cost much, but they also don't pay out much, so it's a little bit pointless early game. It is just better to go island hopping, find your way around the map, find what islands are quite decent for dropping loot or having skeleton captains, and just revisiting these constantly. Have a little bit of paranoia around you. Again, keep your eye on the horizon. Make sure no one's sneaking up on you. It took about 40 hours till I found a non-toxic player. So far, everyone I've come across has just fired on me straight away. So remember, you're going to get killed. You're going to get trapped. People are going to come up against you. Sometimes it's teams of 3s and 4s. They're going to troll you. So it's just a case of keep your eye out. Keep smart. Don't anchor at islands or the ports when you're unloading treasure. Make sure you don't do that so you can try and make quick getaways and make smart decisions. Because remember, at the end of the day, the loot that you find on the map isn't yours until you've sold it. And that's the main thing. Don't get annoyed that you're going to end up at the ferryman a lot of times as well. And again, that loot isn't yours until you've sold it. That's the main takeaway I have to go with. Don't get upset over it. But at the end of the day, it's just another game, and it is a fantastic game to play, especially the Pirates of the Caribbean elements of it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this has helped you. Please make sure to drop a like, subscribe, drop any comments in the section below, because I do read them. I will obviously think about them and take them with a pinch of salt. If you think I've missed something for a beginner to know, then again, just drop it in the comment section below. And I hope you've all enjoyed this, and I hope you all get to play Sea of Thieves in the near future, especially when it goes on discount on Steam and stuff like that. It's really worth it. I've loved playing it so far. I'll see you on the horizon.